unprecedented in the history of post-war Germany, the country's president resigned, effective immediately, just 1 year after his election to a second term. An emotional, abrupt departure.
It has been an honor for me to serve as Germany's president.
The sudden end to his political career showed that Horst Köhler was something of the odd man out in the roll call of German presidents. His biographer Gerd Langgut believes he's a tragic figure.
He was his own worst enemy. He may have come to the conclusion that he no longer wanted to lead the life of a politician, that wasn't really what he wanted to be.
Back in 2004, few would have predicted such a dramatic turnaround.
Mr. President, I accept this office.
As an economist, Horst Köhler was the first German president who was not a career politician. The former head of the International Monetary Fund, Köhler had enjoyed a distinguished career in the civil service and as a banking executive before he became German head of state. Early on, he made it clear he'd seek more influence in this largely ceremonial post.
As a trained economist, and that's something I have no intention of hiding, I cannot avoid telling you that I'm concerned about the condition of Germany's economy, about jobs and social stability in this country.
From the outset, Köhler was prepared to speak his mind.
Obviously, Köhler was sometimes controversial. He twice refused to sign bills that the Parliament had passed, which didn't make him any friends in the coalition. But he wasn't deeply controversial. He would often refrain from commenting on key issues for weeks on end.
But the gulf between expectations and reality began to widen during Köhler's second term. Nevertheless, although he was frequently criticised by the media and politicians, the general public remained fond of him. They saw him as a likeable man of the people. Despite his insistence that he was not a politician, the president soon became the most popular politician in Germany. Horst Köhler was born in Nazi-occupied Poland in 1943. Soon his family had to flee the advancing Soviet armies. Attitudes formed while growing up in post-war Germany may partly explain his unexpected resignation. Last month, Horst Köhler became the first German president to visit German troops stationed in Afghanistan. On the way back, he gave a radio interview in which he made some comments that were later seized upon and heavily criticized.
My assessment is that overall large sections of society understand a country of our size, with its focused dependency on foreign trade, must know that in extreme cases military operations are necessary to protect our interests.
Military interventions to protect Germany's economic interests? According to Christopher Ricker, the journalist who conducted the interview, the comments were misunderstood. But what Köhler said wasn't a simple gaffe.
Neither he himself nor his spokesperson said he'd misspoken or slipped up. It was important to him to go to Afghanistan as German president to show his respect to troops there, and also to make Afghanistan a topic of political debate in Germany.
He certainly sparked political debate. The political left was outraged, and the president came in for unusually strong criticism. This time it appeared to touch a raw nerve with Köhler.
Mir zu unterstellen, ich befürwortete Einsätze der Bundeswehr, die vom Grundgesetz...
Accusing me of approving deployments that are not constitutional has absolutely no justification. It shows no respect for my office.
What I believe is tragic about Köhler is that he is someone who brought considerable passion to his office, and also a certain pride in setting an example to many as a good German citizen. But ultimately, he proved unable to set this example.
While some media reports have talked of a disservice to the office of president, The public is perplexed by Köhler's resignation.
Too bad, he's a good man.
I think it's a pity a politician who speaks his mind is then forced to resign just because he says what he thinks, and in fact what everyone thinks.
It's a shame he resigned. It goes to show how reckless politics can be.
Köhler's departure from Bellevue Palace is tragic not only for him personally but also for the German public. It suggests that unconventional outsiders with a mind of their own have no place in German politics.